Hello students, welcome you all in this video where I am solving model question paper 3 for the year 2025-26. In this video, I am going to solve 4 marks question from part C biology. 1 mark, 2 mark and 3 marks question all I have solved and uploaded those videos on my channel. Please visit my channel, watch my videos, and if you are getting little bit also help from all the videos, please consider subscribing my channel. So let's start with the question, that is biology 4 mark question. So now we'll start with section number 15. Answer the following question, and here we have to answer only one question that is going to carry 4 marks. So total marks from this section we are going to get 4. But here remember we have an internal choice. So question number 37, which is again divided into sub question A and B. So we'll start with A. How are inorganic substances transported from the xylem tissue in plants? Explain. So xylem tissue helps to transport inorganic substances in the plant, and that we have to explain how it transport those substances. So the answer is, in plants, inorganic substances like water and minerals. Minerals means what? Salts like nitrates, phosphates, potassium, etc. You may be thinking, what do you mean by inorganic? So here there are two types of substances, organic and inorganic. Organic means the substance which is having carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Remember, organic substances consist of only three elements, that is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. But inorganic substances means with carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, they will be having nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, etc. So here these salts or the minerals are nothing but nitrates, phosphates and potassium. So these all minerals and waters are absorbed from the soil by the roots. So roots will help to absorb these all the minerals from the soil. These substances are transported upward through tissue called xylem. So we have two type of complex tissue, xylem and phloem. So here xylem helps to transport water and minerals, which we are going to discuss it in this question. And the another tissue that is called phloem, which help to transfer food which is prepared in the leaves by the process called photosynthesis. So the next, first one, these all the notes I have written in points so that it will be easy to understand, and as well as whenever there will be examiner is correcting your paper, if we see the answer in the points, it will be easy for examiner to give the marks. So see the first point, root hairs absorb water and minerals from the soil. Minerals enter the root cells called mainly by active transport. So as we all know, roots will be present below the soil. So see here, these are the roots, imagine, and the stem or the shoot will be present above the soil like this, and this shoot will be divided into many branches like this, and these all branches then subdivided into small branches, and those all will be having the leaves. These leaves helps in photosynthesis process to prepare the food, and also we can see the flower formation and the fruit formation on these leaves. So see here what happens, the water present in the soil, this water will be having minerals, and these water and minerals will be absorbed by the root hairs. So there will be small root hairs present on these roots. Same like shoot or the stem, root also will be divided into many branches, and these all the roots will be having such type of small hairs which is called as root hair. And these root hairs will be having the cells. These cells will absorb the water from the soil. So see here, this is the water. This water will be absorbed with the help of these root hairs in the root. And this will be done by active transport method. Now the next point, the absorbed water and minerals move from root cells into the xylem vessel. So whatever water has been absorbed by these roots, these root hairs will transport that water into this xylem vessel, which is present into these roots. So see here, this is the water which is going through this xylem vessel. Now the next, water and dissolved minerals move upward from root to stem and leaves through the xylem. So the xylem tissue which is present into these roots and into this stem, that is responsible to carry this water from the soil to the stem and then to the leaf and then to the flowers, fruits, etc. This upward movement is called ascent of sap. Remember, water is present in the soil. Even minerals are present in this water. And this water and minerals are moving upward in the stem. So see, the water will be moved upward in the stem to supply these all the minerals to leaves, fruits, flowers, etc. And this movement of water and minerals in the upward direction, this process is called as ascent of sap. Remember this, very important. Now the next one, when water evaporates from the leaves, which is called as transpiration, it creates a suction force that pulls water forward. Now see what happens. If this is the leaf, imagine I will draw like this, little bit of bigger diagram. This is the leaf. On the leaf there will be stomata like this, which is covered by these guard cells, and these guard cells will help to open and close the pore which is present in the stomata. Once the pore is open, the unwanted gases and water will get evaporated due to the sunlight. Due to the sunlight, the water from this hole, that is called as what is the stomatal pore, all will get evaporated. And due to this evaporation of water, the water present in the neighboring cell, so imagine these are the neighboring cells, so water present in the neighboring cell will decrease. So this neighboring cell will pull the water from the neighboring cell of itself. Then the water present in the next neighboring cell will decrease. Then this cell will pull the water from the next neighboring cell to it. And like this, the suction force will be created, which will help to pull the water upward. So see, like this, if the water is pulled from the neighboring cells, then automatically there will be one force, and that force will pull the water from the roots to the stem. Pressure created by continuous absorption of water by roots pushes water forward, and this is the pressure which is created by pulling the water from the neighboring cells. It is responsible to carry or to move this water from bottom to the top. Then water molecules stick to each other, that is called as cohesion, and to the walls of the xylem vessel, which is called as adhesion, helping in upward movement of water. So you can see the water molecules which are present, or imagine these are the water molecules. When the water is moving into the stem, so see, this is the stem. When the water molecule is moving into the stem, these all the water molecules will remain attached to each other to show a continuous movement of this water, which is called as cohesion, but also connected with the xylem vessel, and which is called as adhesion. So with this all the steps, with this all the processes, it will help the water to move from soil to the all parts of this plant. So this is the answer for this question. Here they have asked explain. So we have to write these all the points. And whenever such type of question asked in the exam, remember, don't write in paragraph. Try to write in points or bullets. So it will be easy for examiner to read and to give the marks. So the next question, sub question, that is B. Write any 4 methods used by plant to eliminate waste materials. So same like human beings, same like animals, plants also prepares waste materials. So how these waste materials are removed from the plant body? So we have to write here 4 methods. 4 methods used by plant to eliminate waste materials are: number 1, diffusion through stomata and lenticels. So see here, there are stomata, the small pores present on the leaves, on the both epidermis and endodermis. So those stomata will help to remove unwanted gases and also water. Same, there will be some cells present on the stem which is called as lenticels. These also will help to remove the unwanted gases and water. Then the second is storage in leaves, bark and fruits. So sometimes the unwanted substances will be stored in the leaf, and these leaves will become dry after some time. The color will change. Instead of green, they will look little bit of yellowish color, and afterwards the growth of these leaves will be inhibited and the leaf will become dry and it will fall off. In case of bark, if you see the outer layer of the stem, it will be very hard, and to look it will be little bit of like a dead skin of the plant. So why it will become dead? Because it will store the unwanted substances produced in the plant. Even the fruit, once it get ripen, it will fall off, means the growth of the fruit will also inhibited. So this is the second method. Then the third one, storage as insoluble crystals. There will be some of the substances which will be insoluble, will be stored in the form of crystals in the plants. Fourth one, secretion of substances like resins, gums, latex, tannins, etc. So you maybe have seen some type of some little bit of sticky brownish color, some liquid substance comes out from the bark of the trees, or sometimes if you cut any leaf, you can see some milky colored, white color liquid will come out, watery liquid will come out, that is called as latex. So these all are what? These are nothing but unwanted substances secreted in the plant. So these are the four methods which I have written for this question, and here they have asked four methods. So remember, these are all the four methods. Now we'll move to the next question. As I told, we have here internal choice. So now we are going to start with OR question. This OR question is again divided into A and B sub question. We'll start with A. This is also going to carry 4 marks. Either you can write the first one or you can attempt these two. Explain the digestion process in the small intestine of human. So digestion process starts with the mouth and ends with the anus. So here step by step digestion takes place in the digestive system, that is alimentary canal. Some digestion takes place in the mouth itself, then the next process takes place in the stomach, then the small intestine, then the large intestine, and then so on. So here they have asked the digestion takes place in the small intestine. So see the answer. The small intestine is the main site of digestion in the human being. So this is the longest part in the alimentary canal, and that's why this is the main site of the digestion in human being. Here food is completely digested with the help of bile, pancreatic juice and intestinal juice. So whatever food we eat, the complete digestion takes place in the intestine with the help of these all the juices: bile, pancreatic juice, intestinal juice. So one by one we will see in detail. So question number one, bile is produced by liver. So see here, bile juice is produced by liver and stored in gallbladder. So when the food is moving from stomach to small intestine, in between there is a liver where this bile is produced and stored in gallbladder. What is the work of this? It helps in emulsification of fat. Emulsification of fat means breaks large fat globules into small droplets. Remember this. Emulsification means breaking the large fat globules or molecules into small droplets. So these all breaking of the fat will be done with the help of bile. Then making the food alkaline, which helps pancreatic enzyme to work. It also helps to make the food alkaline. Alkaline means basic in condition. And once it gets converted into alkaline, then the pancreatic enzyme will start working on it. Now what are pancreatic enzymes? Pancreatic juice is secreted by pancreas. This is a small organ present below the stomach. So this pancreas secrete pancreatic juice, which consists of following enzymes like amylase, which convert starch into maltose, trypsin, which convert protein into smaller peptides, and lipase, which converts fats into fatty acids and glycerol. So this is the conversion which takes place with the help of pancreatic juices. Once this all process takes place, now the food enters into small intestine, mainly in the small intestine. In the small intestine, carbohydrates are converted into glucose, proteins into amino acids, and fats into fatty acids and glycerol. You may be asking, this all digestion takes place in the earlier part itself. Now why to again digest? Some of the carbohydrates or proteins or fats which are still present into the food, that all complete digestion will be done in the small intestine folded part, and this all takes place with the help of intestinal juices. These simple substances are then absorbed by the villi present in the small intestine and send it to the bloodstream. So there will be small villi, the small particles, hair-like particles present in the small intestine, which are called villi, surrounded by many blood capillaries. These all villi will absorb all the digested food and send it to the bloodstream, means blood. And then the blood will take these all the food materials and send it to all the cells present in the body. Once it go to the cells, in cells it will be broken down and converted into energy. And the same energy is used by our whole body to do the work, to grow, etc. So this is the explanation of the digestion process takes place in small intestine. After this, we'll move with the next sub question, that is B. Now the next sub question, that is B. What is the main function of alveoli in the human lungs? So there is a pair of lungs. If you see the lungs like this, it will look. So we have lungs like this, and the bronchi will be converted into bronchioles like this. There will be branching, and at the end there will be small grapes-like structures, bunch of grape-like structures, and these are called as alveoli. These are called as alveoli, which are responsible for exchanging the gases or purifying the blood. So see here, alveoli are tiny balloon-like air sacs present at the end of the bronchioles. So see, these are the ends of the bronchiole, and at the end of the bronchiole you can see like this bunch of grapes-like structure which are very tiny, balloon-like also you can say, air sacs, and which are called as alveoli. The main function of alveoli is exchange of gases. So if you imagine, if I draw here one alveoli like this alveoli will be having a blood capillaries everywhere. So see here. So whatever gas, once we inhale, the air will go inside. This air consists of all the gases, and whatever blood capillaries you can see on these alveoli, these blood capillaries consist of the blood which is, see here, this is the capillary, it consists of CO2 in it, CO2, which is called as deoxygenated blood, or impure blood. And once the human inhale, oxygen will go inside, and this oxygen will be present inside the alveoli. Now what will happen? CO2 from this blood capillaries will be taken by the alveoli, and oxygen it will give it to blood. And by this process, the blood will become oxygenated or pure. Then what about CO2 which has been taken by the alveoli? That CO2 from the alveoli, it goes again back when we exhale out. When we exhale, all CO2 comes out. And again, once we inhale, O2 will go in, and once we exhale, CO2 comes out. And this CO2 and O2 will be exchanged in the alveoli itself. So purification of the blood will be done in alveoli. So see here, they have thin wall, they have large surface area, and they are surrounded by rich network of blood capillaries. So these alveoli have thin wall, large surface area because these alveoli are very small in structure. And just to increase the surface area only, the size is very small. And because they are covered with the network of blood capillaries, these will help to increase the exchange rate, gaseous exchange rate of this alveoli. Then the next point, in points I have written, oxygen from the inhaled air passes through the thin walls of the alveoli into the blood capillaries. See here, whatever oxygen is inhaled by us, that will enter into the blood capillaries with the thin wall of alveoli. And second one, carbon dioxide from the blood passes into the alveoli and it is expelled during the exhalation. So whatever CO2 is having in the blood, that will be passed into the alveoli and then it will be expelled out when we exhale. So this exchange of gases takes place in this alveoli. The main function of the alveoli is exchange of gases. But here in detail, I have explained this answer. So I hope you understood this answer of these all the questions. Here we have completed the 4-mark question from part C biology of this model question paper. I hope you are understanding all the answer. Please consider subscribing my channel and share my videos with your friends. Thank you so much.